I helped the widow repair her fence. And she said, I need a strong man like you. The sun was just beginning to rise when I drove my old truck down the quiet country road. The morning air was cool, and the fields around me were covered with a light layer of mist. I had always loved that peaceful feeling, the kind you only find far away from crowded cities and noisy streets. My name is Daniel, and I had spent most of my life working with my hands. Fixing things was something I understood. A broken door, a damaged roof, a broken engine, I could usually find a way to make it work again. But life had a way of breaking things that no tool could repair. A few years earlier, I had lost my wife. After that, the house felt empty, and the world seemed quieter. I buried myself in work because it was easier than thinking about the memories. That morning, I was heading to a small farm where I had a job repairing a tractor. As I passed an old farmhouse, I noticed a woman struggling with a fallen fence post. She was trying to lift a heavy wooden piece by herself, but every time she pushed it up, it slipped back down. I slowed my truck and stopped. Need a hand, I called. The woman turned around. She looked surprised. She had kind eyes and a tired expression, the kind of face that showed she had been through difficult days but still kept going. I'm fine, she said quickly. I'll manage. I smiled. Sometimes strong people still need help. She looked at the broken fence and sighed. Maybe you're right. I walked over and picked up the heavy post. Where does this go? She pointed toward the empty space in the fence. My husband used to fix things like this, she said quietly. I noticed the sadness in her voice. Your husband? She nodded. He passed away 2 years ago. For a moment, I didn't know what to say. I understood that kind of silence. I had lived inside it myself. I'm sorry, I said. She gave a small smile. Thank you. His name was Michael. He was the kind of man who could repair anything. I looked at the fence. Then I'll try not to disappoint him. That made her laugh softly. And for the first time that morning, I saw her smile. I spent the next few hours fixing the fence. The job was bigger than I expected. Some posts were rotten, and parts of the wood had been damaged by storms. The woman brought me a glass of water while I worked. You don't have to do all this, she said. I know. Then why are you? I looked at the broken fence. Because someone helped me when I needed it most. I believe kindness should be passed on. She studied me for a moment. You're different. Different. Most people these days only help if they get something back. I shrugged. Maybe the world needs more people who do things without asking. She smiled again. Her name was Emily. As I repaired the fence, we talked. She told me about her life on the farm, about how hard it was after losing her husband. She had 2 children who lived in another state, and she refused to leave the place she had built with Michael. This farm is full of memories, she said. Every tree, every room, every corner has a story. I understand, I replied. She looked at me. You lost someone too. I nodded. My wife. Her expression softened. I'm sorry. We stood there quietly, 2 strangers who somehow understood each other. By the afternoon, the fence looked almost new. I packed my tools and prepared to leave. Emily walked beside me. I don't know how to thank you. You don't need to. Yes, I do. She looked at the repaired fence, then back at me. You came here as a stranger, and you fixed something I thought I couldn't handle. I smiled. It was just a fence. She shook her head. No, it was more than that. I didn't know what she meant until she spoke again. Then she said something that surprised me. I need a strong man like you. I froze for a moment. The words sounded like something more than a simple compliment. She noticed my reaction and laughed. I don't mean just muscles and fixing fences. I smiled. What do you mean? She looked toward the farmhouse. I mean someone with a strong heart. Someone who shows up when things are difficult. Someone who still cares. Her words stayed with me. I think you're stronger than you realize, Emily. She looked away. I'm just trying to survive. That's strength. After that day, I found myself visiting the farm more often. At first, I told myself I was just checking on repairs. But soon, I realized I was looking forward to seeing her. We fixed the old barn roof together. We planted flowers near the porch. We spent evenings talking about life, dreams, and the people we had lost. Emily slowly started becoming happier. She laughed more. She stopped looking at the farm like it was only a place filled with memories of pain. One evening, while we sat on the porch watching the sunset, she said, "You know something?" "What?" "When you first came here, I thought you were just helping me repair a fence. And now," she smiled, "now I think you helped repair something else." I looked at her. What? My hope. Those words meant more to me than she knew. Because she had done the same for me. She reminded me that life wasn't only about what we lost. It was also about what we could still build. Months passed, and the farm changed. The broken fence was replaced completely. The garden grew. The old farmhouse felt alive again. One day, Emily handed me a small wooden sign. "What's this?" She smiled. "Open it." The sign had 2 words carved into it. "New beginnings." "I made it for you," she said. I looked at her. "Why?" "Because you gave me a new beginning." I shook my head. "No, Emily. We gave each other one." She smiled, and her eyes became emotional. For years, I thought my story ended when I lost my wife. I thought my heart was something that could never be repaired. But life surprised me. Sometimes the broken things are not destroyed. Sometimes they are waiting for someone patient enough to rebuild them. And sometimes, a simple act of kindness, like helping someone repair a fence, can lead you to something you never expected. A new friendship, a new purpose, and maybe even a new love. 20.